Welcome to the second episode of Randy Man's Hangout with your host El Primo Andy. So now in this second episode, I'm not gonna have much to talk about. I mean, I got some topics to cover because usually before I make a second podcast, I write down the material. Like, okay, here's what I'm gonna talk about, this and that. And then when I get ready, I'm like, okay, let's start. And there's just one thing I want to talk about first, and it's about, let's say, about how I was about 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, in early 2018, I have this friend. His name's Richard. In elementary, I called him Dylan, but now I call him Richard because I think that's his name. But in 3 years ago, in early 2018, around January, we started this thing called the meme revolution. And to those that are probably new, that never heard, oh, what the fuck is that? So basically, the meme revolution was just it was for shits and giggles, where it was to bring back memes. The Big Chungus meme was popular and all that, and sometimes me and Richard, we always hung out. Me and Richard, we hung out so much, but over the years we slowly stopped hanging out. But I mean, we still keep in contact, but we always reminisce about this stuff. And so basically, sometimes me and Richard, we would go to Watkins, our old middle school. We would go there in the afternoons after school, and he would go on the bleachers and he would give a speech. Oh, my people of whatever. He would give a whole speech, and then I would record it, and then I would record it and I would post it on Instagram, and then eventually we had a meet set. It was January 5th, 2019, because we've been on this shit for a year now. So we said, okay, we're gonna meet January 5th, and I have some audios of exactly what the fuck Richard would say on the bleachers. So this is just the audio, but this would pretty much what he would say.
Comrades of Memistan, we have been drawn out for a whole year. A year of oppression and suppression and depression. And we will have an annual meeting all the way, like half a mile. Not even that. It's right there. You can't fucking get there. Fuck you. Anyway, right there, that is the new homeland of the Memistani. We will write a new meme constitution. Damn! Comrades of Memistan, we have been drawn out for a whole...
So yeah, that day Richard was giving a fucking speech about all of this that was happening, and we made our own fucking country. We made our own country. We called it Memistan, and Richard had this song as the anthem, and the anthem was called, I think it was called I don't know how to pronounce it. The first part was CRNI Bombarder. It's a Serbian war song, and I'm going to show you a bit of a clip, or well, not a clip, but some audio of this song. I'm going to show you right now. I don't think it's going to get me copyrighted because who the fuck was this guy? So I mean, I'm not really going to get copyrighted, but I'm going to show you some of the song. Fucking ads. I got YouTube Premium, yet I don't fucking use it. One moment. Let me look this shit up. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna show you right now. No, fuck. Okay. So here it is. Right. Give it a moment.
Samo šališ, na Balkanu hoćeš vatru da zapališ. Da li je to istina ili se samo šališ, na Balkanu hoćeš vatru.
So it's a Serbian war song. about how it got it started was because it was something I think about Bill Clinton and the Serbian War. I'm not sure. You can fact check me on this, but that song, listen, that song after Richard showed me it, it was stuck in my head every fucking time I would listen to this song. It was stuck in my head, and it's a really fucking catchy song. I may not know what the fuck it's saying, but it was so fucking catchy. So me and Richard, almost every day we would hang out and we would just be doing stupid shit for Memistan. And he made up his own flag. It was a dark green flag with a red star in the middle, and that was supposedly the flag for Memistan. And we would go on, we would plan all this shit out for I don't know how long. We would plan it out, and eventually we executed the plan. The meeting was set for January 5th. That video I showed y'all of the audio of Richard talking, I posted that on January 4th, a day before the meeting, and I captioned, "Tomorrow's the day we meet." So fast forward to the next day, only so it was me, Richard that showed up, and then about 2 other people showed up. This kid called Steven, and then a friend of mine called Charles. So they showed up, and we pretty much didn't do much. We just fucked around. I mean, it was all for shits and giggles. I mean, we weren't really gonna accomplish much with this meme revolution. So I mean, after that happened, it died down. We slowly forgot about it, and then we all forgot about it. And I was browsing through my phone because I'm doing this driver's ed class, and I thought, yo, I just remembered a song. And I said, okay, I think I know it. And then I started searching it up, and I played it, and it was the one that I just showed y'all. And I'm like, oh my god, it reminded me of the fucking meme stand that me and Richard had. I'm like, yo, I kind of miss it. I was fucking weird as fuck back then. I may be a little weird now, but back then I was really fucking weird. And I would always be with Richard. Me and Richard, we would hang out so fucking much and talking about it. Maybe for next episode, and when he comes back from Russia, wherever he is, I'll feature him in the next episode so that we can go in deeper with this shit. But Richard's a really good friend. He's a really good dude. We were tight. We were tight. About 2 or 3 years, but we were friends since middle school. We first started hanging out when I was in 6th grade, because I was going for a walk, and then I saw Richard on my street. I'm like, hey, yo, Richard, hey, is that you? I called him Dylan because that's what I called him in elementary. And I said, hey, Dylan, oh, my name's Richard. Oh, hey, Richard, how you doing? And we started hanging out. And we hung out almost every fucking day. We hung out, and we would also go on these trips to the bayou. So the bayou is basically this vast river, but there's no water. Sometimes there's water, sometimes there isn't water, but it's this river. And there are these tunnels, small tunnels, some are big, some are small, that stick out of the ground. So basically it's like this, and then on the sides will stick out these tubes, and it's basically a sewage river, where shit and piss goes. And sometimes me and Richard, we would go here, we would go for fun, and then we saw this big tunnel. It was big. It was big, and we planned out to go in that tunnel, because we saw a light, we saw a shiny something. But we said, okay, what? Yeah, we're gonna go there. So I got rain boots, Richard had rain boots, and we went to the bayou. We went there, and when we got to the tunnel, it was big, and it said, yeah, let's do it. We went inside. So as we're walking, the water level was low, but as we got more inside, it rose, and it got almost, I'd say it got almost to my foot's right here, and it got to probably right there. It kept getting high and got low, and we reached the end. And when we got to the end, there was this fence to the exit. It was this fence, but there was no opening. So I mean, it was basically a wall. And on the right, on the right side, there was a fucking graffiti of a woman getting fucked. So I mean, we got out of there. And then we said, you know what? We're gonna go in the forest. And in the bayou, there was this vast forest, and we went in there. We were basically trespassing on private property, but we didn't know that. So we went into the forest. We walked, and we got to this bridge. And in that bridge, we noticed it. We're like, yo, there's a bridge here. I looked to my right, and I see this petting zoo. And I'm like, yo, it's a fucking petting zoo. So we go to the petting zoo. He said, hey, we walked in from the back. I mean, so we started asking questions, and then that was it. But we were not allowed to go out the back now. We had to cross the highway to get back to the fucking entrance of the bayou. So it was a long fucking walk. Richard was so dehydrated. I was kind of thirsty, but he was fucking thirsty. So, we pretty much got back to the house, and it was a long walk. I said like 5 minute, 10 minute walk. It took a while, but we eventually got there. We rested, had some water, and then we just went home. But me and Richard, we would go to this bayou so fucking much. Every fucking time we would go to the bayou, or we would be planning out meme standing shit for the meme revolution. We would be doing so much shit, and I'm not gonna lie, I had fun. I had lots of fun with Richard and talking about all of this stuff, and I miss it because it's almost a year that I had so much fun. Because I always like going out with Richard. I always liked hanging out with Richard, and we did so much shit together. And we were tight. We don't talk as much now, but like I said, we stay in contact. And hey, how you doing? Oh, how you doing? How we sometimes talk. And I don't hate the dude. He doesn't hate me. We're still good friends. But we kind of drifted apart. But as I talk about this stuff, it makes me think, oh man, I should try hanging out with Richard more. And now, I mean, it's pretty much how it is now. And then, so now that part's over, I want to talk about something else. So, usually in 2020, around there, I was, from 2018 to 2020, I was shifting into a different person. And in 2020, I was about, I was being a little bit of a rebel, kind of say like, oh, we'll do bad shit a lot. And it's a pretty fun story because every time I would sneak out with my friends, I would sneak out, they would pick me up, and then we would be cruising the highways at like 4 in the fucking morning. And I did this for a while. I did this for like 4 months, who knows. And we were doing this so much. And let me tell you, I got caught and grounded seven times. I got caught and grounded for doing this shit. It wasn't, I was an asshole of me to do, but I kept doing it. After each one, I got grounded for like 2 weeks or 1 week, and boom, on to the next trip. We were doing this so much, and we would plan it out. Then when we're ready, we execute it, and boom, we go. We continue on our trips, and we would go everywhere. We would go to we had a lot of plans, and then there was a night, and they said, you know what? We're gonna go to downtown. But we could not go through the tollways. We couldn't go through the tollways, so we tried, trying to find a way to get there without going through the tollways. And we took this road, and so basically, I think that what my friend said is that in this road we would be getting close to the ghetto. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember much of it, but we were kind of scared about it because it's the ghetto. But I'm not even sure the slightest if it actually was the ghetto. So we started driving, and then we said, okay, we need to find an exit. So eventually we found an exit, and I had my bit of fun. I had my bit of fun of driving. I would kind of mischievous of me, but I would take my parents' car. I would take my mom's car or my stepdad's car or my grandpa's car. I would take either of the cars sometimes, and I would do these mischievous things. And the thing is that, do I miss it? I kind of do. But now, it's a whole different thing now. Because, me and my friends, we would do so much crazy shit. We would go to Cypress Lakes, our current high school. We would go there at like 2, 3 in the morning, and we would be drifting in the parking lot. We would do drifts and shit. And we were having so much fun. Literally, we were having so much fun. But, it's pretty much how it is now, but I do kind of miss it. I really do kind of miss it. And but the dude who I was doing all of this with, I'm gonna keep his name out of this, but he's a really good friend of mine. This man's like a fucking brother to me. We've known each other since elementary, and we will always be doing crazy shit. We've done a lot. We've had in 2020 we hung out the most and done the craziest fucking shit of our lives. But we had our fun. And now we talk, but we don't hang out as much anymore. But I mean, we would listen to some music while doing all of this stuff, and he showed me an artist called SPM, South Park Mexican. And if to those who don't know who South Park Mexican is, or SPM, he's a Houston rapper who's currently in jail for supposedly something about sexual assault. And so, my friend, he showed me a song from SPM. I think it was, I forgot the name of it, but it started first with like a Halloween, like a scary type of vibe at the beginning. It kind of scared me, but I kept listening and I got hooked. And I was constantly listening to SPM every day. Some song from SPM, I would be listening to it. And SPM is a really good fucking artist. Almost no one talks about him, but he made good music. And there are those who think he's innocent. He never really did it. And I mean, do I think he's innocent? I'd say, I guess he's innocent, but I don't listen to much rap anymore. I listen to also DJ Screw. DJ Screw is a really fucking good artist too. May he rest in peace. But he was a really good artist. And around in 2018, I got introduced to around 2018 I got introduced to classic rock. But I didn't really give much listen to it until like 2019, where my stepdad showed me a song called from the Scorpions. I think it was called, I forgot, I think Winds of Change by the Scorpions. Now the Scorpions was the first ever classic rock band that I was introduced to. And I started expanding my taste, and then eventually I got to listening to Motley Crue, Iron Maiden, Queen, Van Halen, Judas Priest, Skid Row. There was a bunch of classic rock bands that almost now that's what I mostly listen to, just classic rock, because I'm not into the sad, depressing shit anymore. But sometimes in between, I would listen to soul music. So soul music is like, just romantic shit from like the 70s and the 80s. And I would listen to Marvin Gaye. I would listen to Al Green. Now those two, Marvin Gaye and Al Green, they're both really good artists. I mean, Marvin Gaye, rest in peace. I mean, Al Green is still alive today, which is good. But I mean, it's sad that that no one makes music like that anymore. Nowadays, music, it's just different. Now it's just rap. I haven't heard one new rock song, and some of it, is depressed shit. But also in 2018, I was listening to an artist called Cuco. So Cuco is this Chicano artist I think he lives in California, and he was making music. And there was one song that I was introduced to it. It was called "Summertime High Time." So I may not show it because I'm not sure if it's gonna get copyrighted, but it's a really good song. It relaxes you. It's you just sit down, you listen to it forever. You could relax, because it's a really good fucking song, and I could listen to it forever. And pretty much like over the years, my music taste slowly shifted into something else, into mainly classic rock. I was listening to a lot of bands. Now I'm mostly just listening to Motley Crue, Queen, Van Halen, and I just listen to a lot of shit. It's same, and with my movie taste, I've been watching a lot of mob movies, A Bronx Tale, Goodfellas, Casino. I gotta watch The Godfather, The Godfather part from 1 to 3. I gotta watch those, and I have a little poster I ordered from Amazon. It was a Bronx Tale poster. And look, A Bronx Tale, if you don't know what A Bronx Tale is, so A Bronx Tale was a screenplay by Chaz Palminteri. Chaz Palminteri was, he's this actor who started originally as a rock band member, but he became an actor, and he wrote this play called A Bronx Tale, where basically this kid named, I think his name was Calogero, who was nicknamed C by this gangster called Sonny. So pretty much after C saw a shooting in his neighborhood, that Sonny, Sonny is basically this gangster of the mafia who runs the neighborhood. And so after C saw a shooting that Sonny did, he shot someone, and C did not rat him out to the cops, because the cops came to C's house. Hey, we want to ask your son a couple questions. They took him down, and he was giving these people, okay, did he do it? Did he do it? Did he do it? He kept saying no, and then boom, he got out of there. And eventually, Sonny, took him under his wing, taking care of him, treating him like he was his son, and eventually he grew up and he was still sticking with Sonny. But then, spoiler alert, if those who haven't seen it, sadly, Sonny got shot and killed, and at the end, because the killer of Sonny was the son of this dude that Sonny killed over. Well, it wasn't really over a parking spot, but it was the shooting that Calogero saw. Because basically there was this car that was coming in and another one hit him, and the driver came out and started hitting the car with the bat. Sonny saw this, shot him one in the arm, the head, and then shot him twice on the ground. Bam, bam, and he went and he hit the gun. He ran away. And so basically, the son of that dude that was killed, he came after Sonny 8 years later, shot him in the back of the head. And Calogero was fixing to tell him, so, hey, you saved my life. Because, I can't really get into much detail of it, but if you want to watch it, watch it. It's a really good fucking movie. Same thing with Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a really good movie. And I've been trying to, I'm trying to watch more Godfather movies as I can. Well, more mob movies as I can. Because, it's a really good thing to watch. I've been watching a lot of it. And, pretty much, I've been watching this dude called Uncle Joey Diaz. So Joey Diaz is this Cuban dude who was born in Cuba, but then moved here to America. And Joey Diaz is a really good dude, and he's pretty much what got me back into podcasting. He makes podcasts now, and I said, what, fuck it, I want to get back into podcasting because I used to make podcasts, but I would only release like one, and then boom, I never touched it again because I wasn't really that much passionate about it. Also, one thing I want to mention, that little sound here, that's my fan because it was fucking hot in my room, and I gotta have the fan on. But back to what I was saying, Joey Diaz, he's this Cuban dude. He's a comedian. He makes fucking funny jokes. He makes podcasts now, and I said, I'm gonna get back to it. And I kind of want to take it seriously, and so I got the new mic here. That's the new mic. And this is the new headphones, and I got the new webcam all the way because this was the one I have currently. I've had this since like 2018, 2017, 2016, and it's fucking shit. The quality is bad, and I excuse I'm sorry for the bad quality, but I mean it's what I have for now. But I mean, yeah, I want to try to take my podcasting serious because I kind of want to get more popular. Like, make a podcast, bring some people on the show, and just make more episodes as I can. But I mean, it's all a process. It's all a process, to be honest. But I mean, time with time, I'll be improving my shit over time. And there was also one thing I wanted to talk about. Let me check this out real quick. One thing I wanted to talk about was, it was probably driving. So I would usually drive with my friends, and it'd be crazy. I'd have close run-ins with the cops and shit, but I never got pulled over. Thank God, because my luck was hanging on by a damn thread. It was fucking skinny, but I never got caught. That's good though, because if I got caught, I don't know what the fuck would happen, but I do not want to find out. And then also with Richard. So let's say a little backstory on Richard. If I'm correct, he could fact check me on this. Or actually, I might give him a quick call, and then I'm gonna show y'all his little backstory. I'm gonna text him and I'm gonna see if he wants to kind of call real quick. All right, so now we wait for his call, and basically, so Richard is, I think he's this Russian / Japanese kid. So let's say you really may not be able to see him, and because the quality is pretty bad. But I mean, let me see. Shit. Yeah, I mean you pretty much can't fucking see him because the quality is pretty bad. But that's him. And so in back then he was a pretty skinny kid. But we hung out every fucking day. Every fucking day we would do something, and pretty much now, I mean, we don't hang out. From time to time we would talk. Hey, how you doing? This and that. I've already mentioned this, but I'm trying to make some conversation, and I mean, now I might think of getting back into hang out with him more because I kind of miss it, to be honest. Like, yeah, I really miss how me and him we would hang out so much because every fucking day really we hung out, and I do miss it because like it's where I had most fun. I mean, yeah, I've already talked. Like, yeah, you probably think, oh, he already talked about this, but I mean, like, just to bring it back a second, it's where I had the most fun. I was a weird kid. If you knew me personally, in like 2018, you know that I was one weird fucker, to be honest. And that's pretty much how it is now. Sorry, I had to cut that. I had a little bit of technical difficulties, but fuck, what was I saying? Well, shit, I forgot what the fuck I was saying, but fuck, what was I? Fuck. Well, I guess I'm moving on to a new topic, but I mean, shit. I'm gonna have this shit prepared. So Richard texted me back. He can't get on the call because I forgot that he was out of the country. He's right now I think in Russia with his father. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, well, yeah, it's 2 a.m. over there. So I said, nah, maybe for another time. But I mean, pretty much, this kid he's fluent in Russian. He's fluent in Russian, and he's also fluent in Japanese or Chinese, one or the other. But let me tell you, this kid, he loves communism. I don't hate him for it. Some people may hate him for it, but I mean, I don't really have a problem with it because yeah, he supports communism and all that. But I mean, I don't have a problem with it. But this kid, he fantasizes all about communism. He has posters of these communist people. Excuse me. He has posters of these communist people like Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin, some Chinese communists, and like I don't know. But this man, he fantasized about communism, and I think him and this other person probably think that capitalism, they think that capitalism is a joke. Oh, this shouldn't be capitalism. It exploits the people. Sorry again about that, folks. Never cut off. Think something happened, but I mean, again, I forgot what I was talking about. But I guess moving on to a new topic. So yesterday was my father's birthday. May he rest in peace. Yesterday was his birthday, and pretty much it feels weird because as time goes on after you lose someone, it feels weird. I have a bunch of pictures of him, but it feels weird because he would have turned 52, and I sometimes wonder, like, damn, if he was still alive today, what would I be doing right now? Like, I just imagine, what would I be doing right now? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't have my car, my Dodge Challenger, because so here's the thing. The reason I have that car is because it was in his inheritance. So my dad left to my mom $100,000, and she split it 40, 30, 30. And I got 30K, my sister got 30K, and she got 40K. But with this car, I have it now, and it was pretty much the inheritance money that I have now, that I have. But I mean, if he never passed, I'd say that I still have my old pickup truck now, and my old pickup truck, like I mentioned before, it was a 2003 Ford F-150, and I mean, I kind of liked it. And after I sold it, I was looking for diesel trucks because I was riding along with it with my neighbor. We were always going places, to Huntsville, Texas, to Conroe. We were going everywhere. I was getting to the point where like, yo, I want a diesel truck. So like shit, I got to it. I sold my truck to my neighbor for $2,300, and then I got my car. And I'm gonna see if I can show you a picture of the car I have now. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much blurry, but I mean, it's pretty much that. It's a 2015 Dodge Challenger Shaker Edition. It's V8. But my old truck, it belonged to my dad. And when I was planning on selling it, some of my friends like, yo, don't sell it. It was your dad's. I mean, yeah, I mean, it was my dad's, but I did kind of feel bad selling it. I do kind of miss it now, but the memory, but maybe it's good to know that it's in good hands, because my neighbor, I mean, he sold it off, but I mean now, I mean, who knows, it's probably in good hands. But it was a really good, reliable truck. The exhaust pipe was cut, so it was fucking loud, but I mean overall the truck was really good, it was reliable. And I mean, yeah, I was looking for diesel trucks, looking for a Ford F350 or a Ford 250, because I always liked them, because it was the sound of the engine that that reminded me of riding in a semi truck. So I mean, I would ride with my neighbor. We would go everywhere, and the truck, it was fucking nice. It was a 2000 Ford F350. It was in a dually. It had a single wheel, but it was a really good truck. And I said, well, yeah, I had to wait about a month to sell it, because when we first got it, it was in November 29th. It was November 2019 that we first got it, and we never managed to do the title transfer, because right when we wanted to do it, COVID started. And then with COVID, the latest appointment, we really couldn't get to do it. But let me tell you, the insurance for that pickup truck was fucking cheap. It was $27 a month. That's fucking cheap. $27 a month. That was a good deal. But the insurance for my car, it's pretty expensive, and the only reason why I have a job now is because I need the money. I need it. And so it's about 206. We really don't know now. We're waiting for the bill, but we were kind of told that it was gonna be 260 something, and that's a lot. But the only reason that it's that low, that it's that high, is because my mom's the insurance. It's under her name. But if she was to put it under me, like that if she was gonna put me as an insurance holder, as a driver, the insurance skyrockets. Fucking maybe we would be looking at around 400. I mean, it's shitty. It's horrible. But I mean, we said, what? Yeah, we're gonna keep it like that. She'll be the insurance holder. I'll be the one driving the car, but I won't be the insurance policy as as a registered driver. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much how it is. But now that we're getting around to the end of the podcast, I excused, and I had to cut it 2 times because something was happening, but I had to cut it. But if you did like this new podcast, I hope you liked it. If you didn't like it, that's fine. I mean, most people wouldn't like it, but I mean, everyone has their taste for podcasts. But just what I want to say is that if you liked it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for better content coming out sooner or later. Maybe the next episode I'll make is probably tomorrow, or I'll be waiting till the new webcam arrives. So when it arrives, you'll be seeing better quality, because this one's shitty, was cheap. But yeah, if you enjoyed the podcast, that's good. I hope you liked it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more coming out soon. And that's all, guys. Take care. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, whichever you're watching this. Hope you're having a good day, night, or evening. And that's all, guys. Good night, or whatever.